Ow. Alright guys, for today's video, I just have the hood up on the Cruze just to kind of discuss some things. It's going to be a pretty quick one. It's not really going to show you how to fix anything, maybe. But for this one, this video pertains to not just a Cruze, but any vehicle that has this 1.4 Ecotec engine. I think is what came in the Vauxhall Astras. What else it come in? The Trax maybe, or the Sonic or something like that. I don't know, whatever it is. Whatever vehicles are that had that, these are types of issues you can run into with this engine. So first and foremost, you may be a person that like goes in here and you take off your oil cap and you look under it and you see like some sludge on the bottom of the oil cap. I'll put a picture of it right here. Don't automatically assume the worst. Could it be that maybe you have a head gasket leak issue or something like that? Yes, potentially. But pay attention to what time of year it is happening, what the temperature is. These engines are very, very bad about building up some water vapor inside the engine on short trips when it's cold, right? So this is a definitely cold weather issue with these engines. So let's say it's around, I don't know, it all depends on what your car's used to, what the temperature is, what your humidity is at any given time doing this. But let's just say like it's around 40 degrees, 35 degrees below freezing, something like that, and you start the car up and you go like a short distance trip. The car, due to the air being so cold external to the engine to where it comes in, and the engine being so warm, it builds up water vapor. That does burn away if you drive long enough. But if it's cold and you don't drive long enough, say, let's just call it, and again, it's depending on where you are, maybe like less than 10 to 15 miles or something in your trip, the water vapor will start accumulating in the valve cover and everything underneath the you'll see it on the oil cap. You may see it on dipstick a little bit or whatever. The water vapor will accumulate on there and start building up and look like a sludge that look like you may actually have like a head gasket leak. Before you assume the worst, check and see what the temperature is, okay? Now, just know that if you do see that, drive your car longer distances and it'll burn itself away. Or if you tend to drive maybe shorter distances, like you got a shorter commute when it's cold, wherever you don't, or you just don't want to drive just to drive to burn gas or whatever, getting a catch can installed will help with that situation. The air vapor, the water vapor that would generally sit inside the engine underneath the valve cover that gets cycled through the PCV and all that stuff, it will go through the catch can. The catch can will pull that water vapor out. It will sit at the bottom, and then it'll keep the inside of your engine much drier, and you won't see that sludge, or if you do, it'll be much less than what it normally would be. Okay. Now, going along with that, with these engines, other issues that they can have in the cold weather, you can throw a 1101, which is a mass air code, a 171, which is a bank one lean code, or maybe even like a 299, which is the underboost code for the turbo. These sensors in these cars are finicky as shit, okay? So if the air is too cold, the sensors will pick it up that the car is either running lean, because more air, colder air. Engines do in fact like colder air because much better combustion, but these sensors and the computer is so picky that if the air is a little cooler than what it's used to, and this generally happens with freezing and below temperatures, it can throw any one of those codes. So you'll actually throw a code like you would be throwing if your PCV system is still screwed up. It's like I did the fix kit and all that, and it's been good to go. But even still, when it's cold, and has just gotten like freezing cold here for a little bit, it's warmed up today, but previously it had gotten really cold, and I popped a 1101 like a week or so ago. That cleared out, and then I popped a 171 the other day. And that is totally related to the weather. Now, I'm not saying that if for whatever reason, have you not already done the fix kit in your car, or fix the PVC, replace the intake or something like that, I'm not saying that you may not have the issues, but if you know for a fact that your PCV system is good, the reason you're throwing those codes again is because of the cold weather. So I also noticed this, and this is anecdotal, okay? This may help you or may not, but I have noticed that the codes pop up when the gas tank, when it's cold and the gas is below a half tank or less, right? So a way for me to think that you would be able to limit these issues is to keep your gas tank at least halfway to full, and that will help limit these issues altogether. And then the fix for this really is just waiting for spring to show up. Other than that, there's not much that can be done. And as I'm standing in here and looking real quick, I obviously have some moisture, I guess, coming out of this cap, venting out this cap right here, even though that's a new reservoir and is completely full. So this probably is actually is related to condensation from this coolant getting hot, cold air sitting on top of this, probably condensating up on top of this, and the little venting pressure, the excess pressure coming out of here is venting outward and blowing the coolant and the slight coolant vapor condensation mix up onto this. That's what my guess is. But as you can see, I got a little powdery blow-by stuff there. So yeah, that's just a quick video for you guys. If you come across the sludge issue under here, you know what at least one highly likely cause is. Goddamn diesel truck. You'll know what one most likely cause is depending on the time of year. Again, this is definitely a cold weather issue with these engines, and it happens a lot in a lot of vehicles, but these ones are particularly bad. Okay, so if you're starting to notice that and it's going to be winter, cold weather, or even cold wherever you are, that's more likely to cause. Drive it more or put yourself in a catch can. And then if you're throwing any of the codes listed, any of the standard PCV system is messed up codes, that is another thing that's caused by the cold weather. So you can try and, like I said, keep the gas tank higher. I don't know why that works. I don't, okay, but try and keep more gas in there. It could be related to the evap stuff, because I guess the purge valve could be letting in maybe extra cold air that's sitting in the gas tank, since the fuel level's down, all that air on top of it is coming in or something, reading the lower scroll. I don't know what the deal is with that, but I've just noticed that half a tank or more helps. Okay. All right, guys, that's all I got for you in this video. It's a pretty quick one, pretty self-explanatory. If you have any questions, just let me know. But I highly recommend, even if you do drive a bit, get a catch can just in case. So, all right, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff, and I will see you next time.